Hey there, wise ones. I just wanted to get on here and leave a message about the Sagittarius Full Moon that we've all recently been experiencing. Um, my metaphor for the energy of this time is a fire sale. Um, Everything must go. Um, it is a time of emotional cleansing that is very powerful and very necessary. It's a time to get really honest with yourself um, and to check in with the agreements and the commitments that you've made to yourself over the years, with your current stance on where you're at with your life philosophy, and whether or not the life that you're living is actually supportive or reflective of those intentions or your stated philosophy. I'll take myself for example. Um, my natal moon is at about, I believe, 17 degrees, 52 minutes Sagittarius. Um, so this was definitely like a lunar new year for me. Um, and during this particular period of time, I've experienced a wide sweeping range of life changes. One which was already planned, which is leaving my full-time job as a educator in a public school environment and moving into full-time entrepreneurship. The second of which was very unexpected, and that was me ending about a 2.5 year relationship to begin a new phase of my life pretty much completely unfettered. Um, Now, in one instance, I knew that the resignation was coming. And so I've been in long term preparations, working around the multiple businesses that I have and with partners on marketing and on preparing myself for things to come. I've also kind of been preparing myself in the vein of partnership to really look at whether or not my partnership is fulfilling and supportive of me. I recently was given the gift to be able to go to a couples counseling training, which has sparked a lot within my brain and my mind about what I want to do. And I wouldn't have been able to do that without the partnership that I just ended. But I think providing myself that information, which essentially has become a new philosophy on relationships and how I want to move forward in my life, in addition to the reconciliation of what I see myself taking forward with me into this new adventure, what feeds my soul, what feeds my brain, and what's ultimately going to be the kind of supportive things that allow me to thrive in the next stage in my life. Um, it became a fire sale. And even though that wasn't initially on the chopping block, it went because everything must go. Um, I'm sure that there are some of you out there who may be experiencing some similar energies. Um, again, um, fire sign moons tend to be very cleaning and clearing and cleansing. I'm kind of looking at it like the rebirth of a phoenix, the kind of amazing fire that consumes everything around you, but also leaves in its wake the rebirth of something beautiful and amazing. So don't fret if you feel like things are ending, and if they're sudden or abrupt. Take a deep breath and know that in a weird way, unexpected way. Um, you're in tune with the rhythms and the cycles of the universe. And the answers may not be abundantly and apparently clear to you, um, but with additional reflection and meditation, they will become clear. And I'm also leaving this message because this is the last significant lunar event that we will hit before we reach the um, solar eclipse around a lunar event on July 2nd. So it adds an additional charge. Um, and, you know, it's important for us to know that. And I think it's important to mark and take stock of what has shown up, what's felt good, and what's not felt that great during this particular period of time, because I believe it to be the precursor to the solar eclipse and next lunar event, new moon and full moon. But this is also wrapping up the first astrological quarter of the year. We're approaching the midpoint and in some instances the end point of 3 of the planets that have been in retrograde. We've had Saturn in retrograde, Uranus in retrograde, as well as Jupiter in retrograde. And so, you know, there's a lot of reviewing and reflecting that needed to happen for all of us in our lives. And the information that you've been gleaning from that is designed to propel you into future success and future knowledge. So be encouraged and be enheartened. Don't dismay. Everything is always working out for your highest good. And as I always like to say, rejection is spiritual protection. So sometimes you just have to say thanks, and acknowledge fire sales happen and everything must go. You're activating the law of vacuum, one of the 11 laws of the universe, and the universe abhors a vacuum. So practice non-attachment, don't clutch, and recognize that whatever's leaving is creating space for whatever's to come. Light and love and blessings.